ka mea I huki kai anu I no kalahui Hawaii. O ka mea I ho'o hei ka la. Ai kau o haiana e horo me ka ulo lohi. O ka mea I hapai ke au I a paai ka laki. O no, o Maui. Many stories are told and retold of the things that I have done. This story is a tale of the day that I made trees fly. Well, they were shrubs, but not trees, but impressive still. The story begins with me sitting beneath a kukui tree. Now that's an important detail, so if you don't know the symbolism of kukui, you should find out. Ask someone during intermission. Now as I sat beneath that kukui tree, I looked around me at the plants growing. In front of me was a small patch of voke, tall and strong. Further up the mountain was a single olona, modestly growing on a cliff's edge. And down towards the sea was a grove of hau. I looked at these things and smiled, saying to myself, these three plants, now firmly rooted in the lepomomona, I shall make fly high like the birds of the sky. And just then, I heard a sound familiar to my ear. I followed the light, rhythmic beat to Hina, my mother. She spread out in front of her was the softened bark of the voke tree. Each tap of her iekuku brought that plant closer to becoming the kapa, the cloth that clothes us and keeps us warm. Beside her to her left was a finished piece, beautiful, strong, and just the right size for what I needed. I gave her my most charming smile. And she gave me the kapa for my task. From there, it was my nose that led me to where I needed to be. The faint smell of smoke. Someone was starting a fire. I followed the scent to an old man sitting on the ground. To his right were several ulu, breadfruit. Next to that was a bundle of hau branches. He had taken the largest branch to use as an aunaki, the tool needed to unlock the gift of fire. He was going to cook his ulu in the pulehu style. I eyed the bundle of smaller branches, and they were just the size for what I needed. Another smile. And again, I was given what I needed. Now, for the third and final plant. I remembered that that morning, several strong kane had begun building a hale to shelter their families. I looked at the sky, and judging by the position of the sun, I said to myself, that house ought to be finished right about now. So I ran through the kauahale and reached the completed shelter. Its posts of lama were strong, its thatching of pili sweet-smelling, but what I needed was the plant that bound this powerful structure together, giving it the strength to stand. The cordage made from the olona plant, the strongest fiber in all the land. And I was in luck. One of the kane gripped an extra coil of the twisted bark. I had to smile extra charmingly for that one. A man does not easily part with olona. But finally, I had all that I needed. I took the lightweight branches of hau and bent them ever so slightly into just the right shape, then bound the ends. I then laid the kapa over it, securing it taut. Lastly, I tied a piece of polona to it, and my invention was complete. Standing near the great Wailuku River, I called out to Kaleioku, the one who controls the winds of the land. At once, he opened his gourd and called the winds by name. Kepia Unulau and Holopo'opo'o came gusting towards me, and in an instant, my invention took to the sky. I tied it to that very same kukui tree and watched as the leku gathered in awe. They named this thing a lupe and stood mesmerized at the spectacular innovation. Look, they shouted, look at what Maui has done. He has made the plants of the land fly like birds. We shall tell his story and sing his praises for generations to come. The people of Hawaii. Their humility never ceases to amaze me. Stories told of that day speak only of my remarkable deed, but fail to point out the inherent symbolism to be found in that lupe. With those very plants that soar above their heads, the people of Hawaii discovered a way to clothe themselves in beautiful works of art. With those plants flying above, they learned to unlock the gift of fire. With those plants high in the heaven, they skillfully bound exquisite structures for hearth and home. You see, this contrivance of mine, this lupe, spectacular though it may be, is merely a reflection of the creative, inventive, and artistic potential to be found in each and every kanaka Maoli. Yes, with these 3 plants, I have unlocked the secret of flight. But the people of Hawaii, why, they have unlocked the secrets of life. Pipi holo ka'au.